Hi, Intermediate Algebra. Mr. Mazdakis here. We don't have a whiteboard, but we do have my back hallway. Beatrice here to make sure nothing goes wrong. We're on Math Rockin'. Was Math Rockin'. And we're doing some examples. There's going to be 5 of these videos posted with worked out examples from earlier sets as you go into the mixed review. And I'm going to talk a lot about what are the rules and how do we do this. All right. Hopefully you're doing well out there in this COVID environment. You may have noticed, got a COVID haircut, shorn locks as it were. Here we go. Simplifying a rational expression. Oh, let's see if we're on though. Technical difficulties potentially. All right, we're going to start now. Here we go. Mr. Mazdakis in his back hallway with my new COVID hairdo. Decided to go freer and looser and lesser. Here's Buford. He's here for us today. I don't have a whiteboard, but I have my back hallway and a gallon of paint. So we can do examples, paint, dry, more examples. This week for Intermediate Algebra, we are doing one example from each operation, simplifying, multiplying, dividing, adding, and subtracting. I'm going to go slow. I'm going to talk through. There's some great annotated examples, photos like this with lots of colors. So let's get into it. Simplifying rational expressions. Our goal, our job is to get good at this first because it comes up in every one of them. You have a fraction. X is in the top and the bottom. In other words, the numerator and the denominator. Our goal is going to be to reduce this fraction. There's no operation because it's just one of them. What you first want to do is look at each thing, numerator and denominator. Is there a GCF? A GCF is the greatest common factor, something that they all have you could pull out. In the top, you should notice there's an X. And in the bottom, there's a 2. How did I know that? Well, 1, 1, and 20. So 1 is the only number that goes into all of them. X cubed, X squared, and X. The smallest X, exponent, is the one you can pull out. Here he has an X squared and he has no X, so I can't pull out an X, but a 2 does go into both. After we've pulled that out, we're here. So you always want to look for the GCFs anywhere you can find them because they make your life easier. How do I know I pulled those out right? If you were to distribute back in, it would go back to what you had. The second thing you should always do when trying to factor and cancel is look for the difference of 2 perfect squares. That'll be only 2 terms, and they should be those perfect numbers like 1, 4, 9, 16, 25, 36, 49, etc. And here we have one. 2 terms gives it away. Not everything factors, but this one does. So the next thing I would want to do here would be, I'm just going to copy some things over here. We're going to leave that one alone for a minute while we factor the denominator. That'll be x plus and x minus, as you know, and the square root of 16 is 4. And now the last thing I need to do is factor any trinomials. That's 3 terms. I'm keeping these in red so you can see them here. Now, when you factor the x squared minus 20, you could write that over here to the side. I hope you can still see this. Okay. And factor it over here with all kinds of guess and check. And you should do that on scrap paper. That's going to make your life easier if you do the factoring on the side. But we actually have something we know here. I want to know if things cancel. So when it comes to a 20, which is 1 in 20, 2 in 10, or 4 in 5, I know that my favorite thing to see would be a 4, because then something would cancel. If it's 2 in 10, nothing cancels, and I really don't even need to do it. So you want to look with hints from the things you've already factored. Look for hints to help you out. So I'm interested in using the x and the 4. Now that means in this case, I'm going to use a different color here, that over here it has to be the x and the 5. Let's see if it works. Now if it doesn't work, that's okay. Nothing would cancel, but it is going to work. Now I have to have a minus x in the middle, which means that if I make this negative and this positive, I will get minus 5x plus 4x. I will get exactly what I thought I would. Yay! And now we can cancel some stuff. Now there's not a lot that cancels here, but there is this and this. You can't cancel this x with that x because this is a factor. This is a different factor. So basically, we would be done here. This would be as good as you can get it. That is done. That's how you simplify rational expressions. Now, a lot of this is what we do in multiplying and dividing as well. We always take out any GCFs we can find. Then we go to the two-term ones and try the difference of two squares, leaving the reverse FOILs to last, and we will have some clues as to what to try. But we can also just factor them all separately and check them on the side as well. So that's our first example. At this point, Buford and I have to sign off because I have to actually paint the wall before we can do our next one. This is exciting. So hopefully you're safe and sound out there, and welcome to our back hall.